Good morning, St. Francis. It is Friday, April the 23rd, 2021, Friday of the third week of Easter. It is the 20th day of Easter. Coming to you this morning from another site on the campus that we've often seen from a distance. We've seen from the inside, but here now is the front of it. This is our first church, the first church of St. Francis of Assisi Catholic community. It was the church in the woods. It is kind of still in the woods now. It now houses Founders Hall for us as a parish. But this was our first church, a small little church that grew into this wonderful, great campus that is the parish of St. Francis of Assisi and the Franciscan School. It's important to be here this morning in front of the church, because today we celebrate Founders Day. Actually, our founding is April the 25th, 1982, but April the 25th this year is the fourth Sunday of Easter, and because of the pandemic and everything else like that, we really can't celebrate as we should. But on Founders Day, usually the parish staff and the faculty and staff of the Franciscan School gather together to recognize milestones, people who have contributed in the past year to the life of the parish and the Franciscan School. And so we will do that this afternoon. We'll do that this afternoon because Sunday is Sunday. So it's Founders Day today. So happy Founders Day, everybody. One of the other things to kind of show you as I kind of turn around, and let's go back inside, that I kind of haven't shown yet whenever we've been inside Founders Hall over here, our first church, is this plaque on the back wall. There are actually two. There's a second plaque about the 25th anniversary, but for today, this first plaque of all the founders and what they contributed, what they gave to establish this wonderful, glorious parish. And so we honor them, and we honor their contributions, their sacrifices, their love, their affection for this place, for desiring of a place in this northern part of Raleigh, the city of Raleigh, to be established for the faithful of Raleigh to be able to have a church and a parish to call home and to discover the wonder and glory of God in. So today we remember these people, we remember everyone, we remember Founders Day, we remember our founding as a parish. In today's gospel, a couple of other foundings, well, maybe one founding and one something else. In the first reading, we begin the great conversion of Saul. Saul breathing murderous threats, going to Damascus to kill every Christian he can, thrown off his horse. And again, who has done this to me? It is Jesus, the one who you are persecuting. Get up, go to Damascus. I've had work for you to do. It is an astounding conversion. It is basically, I'm going to smack you upside the head because what you are doing is not what I want you to do. Of course, you're killing people. But I'm going to turn that 180 around and make you into one of the greatest missionaries of the gospel there yet has been. And so that's what happens with Saul becoming Paul. And again, his encounter with Ananias and the scales that fall from his eyes, from his blindness, when he realizes that God is calling him to something much more and much greater, and he will begin his mission. So we open that great saga, that great narration in Acts of the Apostles today. The gospel again continues, and will continue tomorrow. Also, tomorrow will be the last time that we hear from the Bread of Life discourses. And Jesus again speaking about the necessity to eat his body and drink his blood. And although people have difficulty understanding that and difficulty reasoning it, it sounds disgusting and gross. It is what Jesus says allows for him to come in us and us to reside in him. That kind of equanimity, that reciprocity, that understanding, again, of what it is that God regards us as human beings to be and must be in this world. A part of God's life, as well as God becoming a part of our life. It's a two-way street. It isn't just God and us. It's God and us all the time. Easter is a constant affirmation of that. And a constant affirmation of why it is that we eat and drink at Eucharist and what Eucharist is. It is not bread of life, again, to get us into heaven. It's not bread of life to make us live forever as some kind of magic beam. It is the bread of life, again, to allow us to have life and have it to its fullest. And the only way that that is possible is if we allow God inside. Now, again, we can allow God inside spiritually and metaphorically and all those other kinds of ways, but God knows also that that is just not good enough. And so to eat and drink him, to let his very body become part of our own very body, is what is important. And it is something that should never be deprived, withheld, ignored. It should never be denied people to be able to receive, because it is necessary for us to become the people we are meant to become. It is not food for the holy. It is food for the worker. It is food for those who must be about this world, doing the ministry that Christ leaves the apostles and leaves us. To be again those witnesses, as we heard in last Sunday's reading, to be the witness to the ends of the earth, of the power and the glory and the wonder of God. May we always eat and drink to begin to become more committed and more enlivened, more encouraged to be that bread of life that Christ is for us in this world. A glorious Easter, St. Francis, a happy Founder's Day. May the Lord give you peace.